All right, what's going on, everyone? We are in the office because we got a couple things to set up. We've still kind of been in like the construction phase here. The desks are not entirely finished. We do have raw MDF just kind of like on the surface here, which is why I have one of these mats, at least for my side. Now, the computers on the opposite side of the room have admittedly been for show for the past month or two, and we are going to be basically putting these into full use very soon. Maybe not that one over there, it's pretty cheap. I have another one I'm going to set up instead for that side of the desk. But we are going to be using both, and one way we're going to be using both is thanks to Cooler Master Peripherals. So you can see that this computer over here really has nothing except for her Zoe mouse, and this computer has, well, it's a Bluetooth Microsoft mouse. Yeah, it's not good at all. And then we have a G-Skill brown switch keyboard. This keyboard's actually really good, but I'm gonna move this somewhere else. I want all Cooler Master stuff in here. I hit them up, I said, hey, I need help because these computers are naked. They said, we got you. So I've got my i3-7350K box cutter CPU here. Gonna get through this. Just gonna shred some tape. I wonder if this thing still works. We should throw it into a PC and see if it still works. I've opened so many boxes with it. All right, what's in here? Okay, first thing I see here, this is a Master Pulse MH320. Now, these admittedly are not like top of the line headsets. They're more like, budget oriented, but that's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want to go all up top because frankly, a lot of people can't afford peripherals like that, and that's not something that I want to just like show off in here because I'm not paying for them, they're sending them. So it's really nice that they sent more budget oriented peripherals like that. We have Master Keys Pro. Now, these admittedly aren't very budget friendly, but keyboards, I would say, are probably the most important thing, at least for content creation, and some would say even gaming. What about you? Do you think that the keyboard or the mouse is more important?
The mouse.
The mouse is more important. When you play first-person shooters, I guess I could see that. Another MH320 headset. So both of these PCs will be using the MH320. By the way, you can find the links to all of these products in the video description. I won't post multiple links of the same thing if we have 3 headsets. You're not going to see 3 headset links, but we do have 3 of those, which is really cool. We also have, looks like another 2 Master Keys Pro. Now, one of these is brown. Yep. One of these is red, and I think they sent probably one more red one. Oh, one more brown one. Okay, well, that's fine. Brown's a nice middle ground here. So we've got 3 of the Master Keys Pros, and then for mice, we have 3 of the MM530s. These are also relatively budget friendly. These aren't going to break the bank by any means. I think around 30-40 bucks or so, and these will get the job done. Now these, yeah, pretty much all the same. Well, they sent the same of everything. That's interesting. So we have exactly the same setups for 3 different PCs here, but that's okay because it's going to look uniform, and that's kind of the point. So the next thing we need to do, apart from setting up the peripherals, we'll test them out, I'll let you know what I think about them, especially with price in mind, is pick some sort of desktop for these desks that we've built. We're, like I said, using just raw MDF right now, and that's not good because if you spill anything on MDF, it will swell up and weaken, and it'll just end up breaking over time. So we need to pick some sort of like coating for this to make, gaming and all that stuff, all the use of this desk viable. So we will be basically running a poll. I guess we're going to do a poll on YouTube. We'll probably do one on Twitter as well. Now that we can do a poll on YouTube, it should be interesting to see how many people participate in that. So stay tuned, and we'll decide on what we're going to use for our desk based on what you tell us. We'll give you like 4 or 5 choices, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and set these up, and I'll give you just a quick review of each of the products and let you know what I think about each for the price. Ooh, now these boxes are admittedly pretty heavy, so build quality is top notch here. Are these wireless? Oh, they're just modular. Are they modular? I don't even know like how this works. No way. Oh no, it is. Okay, yeah, so the cable is modular, so it plugs in there underneath, and then you just funnel it through the base of the frame into your computer. And you also get a nice braided cable, so things are going to look nice and classy on your desk. So we'll set both of them up. You also get a key switch remover if you really want to get fancy with it. I've never seen one of these before, but pretty easy to use. So these are Legit Cherry MX brown switches. You getting a close-up on that, babe? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that pro focus. She's manually focusing this camera, by the way, so I'm pretty proud of her. I love the feeling of browns. It feels so good. And I'm gonna pull out reds and just be like, ugh. There's like no tactile feedback with reds. I don't see how you do it. Alright. Your mouse pad, Jesus, woman. It's just too, your mouse pad is just too big. It's too big to be just a mouse pad, but it's too small to be a mouse pad plus keyboard. Yeah, but then you're gonna like...
Ask the gamers now. Ask them.
I'm a gamer. So just kind of playing around with it is actually really intuitive. The software is all kind of built into the keyboard. I don't think that there's any dedicated software on the PC that you'll need to use, and if there is, it's pretty unnecessary because it's very simple function. You got mode on F4. In fact, if you just hold function down, you can see the keyboard like indicates to you what you have available in terms of like your options. So you can change the keys to red, green, wait, whoops. Okay, maybe I need the manual. That is mesmerizing. All right, time for a fitting session. So they feel really good. They're very tight, but they're not like uncomfortably tight. So these things aren't going anywhere really. Microphone is flexible. Pretty much throw this wherever you want it. We'll do a mic check in a second. Now there is no like fancy RGB or anything in this. It's like I said, it's a budget-oriented option. But I'm gonna be interested to see how it sounds, both in terms of mic quality and audio quality. Now, for the fit, which is what we're focusing on here, the Corsair headset that I have, which is a competitor, but it's a higher price competitor, has integrated RGB lighting and it's really flexible and whatnot. Just doesn't fit the same. Do you see how much it's wobbling? Like it'll literally fall off my head. And it's been like that since day one. I'm not sure if this is like this particular unit's issue or if it's like this overall. But I've just kind of put up with it because I'm not really like swinging my head too much. But if someone calls me and I'm like, what's up? And I gotta refit it, you know, it's not ideal. So in terms of comfort, I would actually choose this over the Corsair competitor. It just fits with these, and it's kind of like a one-size-fits-all thing because it's spring-loaded, and you have these like flexible elastic straps up top that keep things nice and centered. What's a cool hip song I can check the audio for? All right, we're gonna test out now the audio quality of this headset. Of course, when you got cables, it's really hard to go from a wireless headset to a wired one. Let's see what this puppy sounds like. Okay, I'm intrigued. Okay. Let's get to the music. This is bumping. Alright, time to test what it sounds like in game. I assume it's going to sound as good as it did when I played the song. And we're also going to test microphone clarity. So I'll pop up like a voice recorder, just talk while I'm in game, and we'll also see how I sound to other people. Hello, hello, la 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 la. Sounds good. Sounds really good. I could hear footsteps. That's a good thing. Last thing I'm gonna do, let's pull up the camera. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, am I muted? No. Boost that thing up. Let's do a microphone boost of 20 dB. Alright, so we're gonna start recording.
So we're testing the audio clarity quality right now of the Cooler Master headset that I have on. And now apart from the audio sounded great. This is the only other thing I'm worried about. What a lot of companies tend to do is compromise on the mic quality for the sake of keeping like decent speakers in the system. So let's see how much of a compromise Cooler Master made on the microphone.
Okay, looking good. Let's play it back now. Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest, because like they just sent this stuff out, right? So it's really a sponsored video of sorts. But the microphone makes me sound like my nose is clogged. Basically, it's just super trebly. Oh gosh, I wonder what it would sound like if I did it like this and recorded it with the microphone. It would be like a double nasal like destruction. But okay, like honestly, not disappointed. I mean, like when you spend $50 on a headset, you're gonna have some compromises, and that's not what, you know, this isn't intended to please the audiophiles out there. This isn't supposed to be a studio quality headset by any means, but it does sound pretty baller, at least on the audio side. Microphone side, hey, it's not trash. You're not gonna hear any weird buzzing or anything like that in the background. It will get the job done. It won't be the clearest sounding microphone, but for $50, I really can't complain. Okay, so as a wrap up here, considering these products are not like the highest end products that Cooler Master Master offers, apart from the keyboards, which are really great. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of reds, but those reds do feel pretty darn good. I'm fairly satisfied with what we have in here. I don't want the best of the best. It's not something I want to just rub into people's faces for no reason. I want to have hardware that most people use because that's what you all can relate to, at least most of you. And I'm happy with the mouse. I like the DPI settings on here. I like the RGB integration. I like the keyboard a lot. Of course, this is a high-end keyboard, I would say, with Cherry MX, genuine Cherry MX switches. Oh wow, the DPI is like super high right now. Okay, there we go. And the headsets are, like I said, good in terms of audio quality and okay to subpar in terms of mic quality, but again, keep the prices into consideration. You can find all three of these products linked in the video description. I encourage you to check them out if you are a baller on a budget. By the way, one big change that we're going to make to the layout of the office, I'm actually going to move that desk into the film room, so we'll have our editing workstation in the film room, and this will be more or less a dedicated like gaming room. You could still edit it in here and do whatever else you wanted, but this will be more or less a gaming room, and we'll have still a bunch of our hardware in the closet, kind of just sitting in here, and we'll put some cupboards up and have it like, I don't know exactly what this will be, like a multi-purpose room, but I'm not really into the idea of having two desks in here anymore, just because I'm starting to see the space like close in, and that's something that Lisa told me about beforehand. I didn't really see it play out until I put the desks in here. So this is sound damping foam. It prevents the sound from echoing off of walls and then returning to your microphone, giving you that reverb effect or any sort of echo that you might hear in your audio. So if you're interested in damping your sound, it's not dampening, it's damping your sound, then you can check out AeroZoom in the video description. We have actually a 10% off discount code. If you type in AZ-Science at checkout, you get 10% off your whole purchase. This foam isn't cheap. It's not really expensive either, but putting that discount code in there can really save you some bucks. So check them out. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and hopefully the next time you see us do like a vlog like this, the office will be officially set, ready to go, ready to game. With that, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, thumbs down for the opposite, click subscribe, and if you haven't already, stay tuned for more content like this. This is Science Studio. Thanks for learning with us. Get good at that.